Okay, I'm Jane Mark, and I'm the president of So Cool Inc. And thank you all for coming this afternoon. We are doing something today called Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, which came from one of the Sunday sermons I did recently. And it's really a webinar on how to make your marketing sizzle. And what I mean by that is that all week long and last week, people were writing me about this new site that's on the net called Instant Cash Plugin. I think I got that right. Let me see if I can get to it. And they were asking me because the site is a very, very interesting site. It's a new traffic site, so it brings traffic to your own site, whatever you put in there. But it also pays you commissions of $100 every time somebody upgrades. So I'm going to actually log in so that you can see that I'm not oh, it went up to 7,000. Okay. This morning I was sending out a letter, and it said, I'm going to ask you a question in a minute, but I want to show you something first. The letter, and most of you have probably seen this, it says, here are the facts, okay? So I've been telling you that I had 6,900 in commission. Apparently since then somebody bought one. So there's the commissions. That's the actual commissions that I got at this site. Now that tells you that that's a pretty powerful site. I mean, I think that everybody, including me, loves to make that kind of money in a week. It's a lot of money. And the other part of the site, and there's a reason I'm showing you this site. The other part of this site is the fact that you get hits to your site. So the cost of it, I think, is $197. You get one campaign, and you can put whatever site you want into this instant cash plugin machine. I call it the traffic machine. So here is the website that I'm advertising. So Cool. That's usually what I advertise. And if you go to my stats, I think this morning I had 2,900 or something like that. So let's see what we're doing. Okay, so you can see, I don't know if I can hold this for you, but you can see that there are 3,225. So even just in the course of today, I picked up more than a couple of hundred clicks from this machine. That is a very good product. So if those of you who are struggling to look for a good product, So Cool, of course, is the best one. I'm not going to tell you that there's anything better than So Cool. But in terms of missions, this is a wonderful site. It delivers exactly what it says it's going to do, which is traffic, and it delivers nice commissions, $100 per shot. Now, you can? Oh, Diana just corrected me. I didn't know that. That must be a new tweak that I didn't know. Diana tells me for the 197, you can go in and add 4 more campaigns, which I will do right after this webinar. Thank you so much, Diana. Now, there are certain things you should know about traffic, because the other things that people have been asking me is, well, I got a lot of traffic, and it's true. There are a lot of people getting a lot more traffic than even I am. I know that Frank Sousa has something like 20,000 hits to his site in a week, and other people have 5,000 and 8,000 and whatever. There's a place in the back office of Instant Cash Plug which says, do you want your traffic delivered slowly, medium, or fast? Guys, please check slow. I know it's thrilling to see 8,000 hits in a week. It's also not great for your site, because Google catches on very quickly to sites that they feel are being hit by robots and not by real people. So I have my account set on slow traffic, and those of you who are members of our site One Click know that we do the very same thing at One Click. We deliver traffic through submitters slowly. So the answer in terms of getting traffic to your site when you're using these type of submission sites is not, you do not want to get thousands and thousands of hits. They can actually do you more harm than good. So that's Instant Cash Plugin. Why am I telling you about this? Before I put up our follow along link, I am going to ask you all a very simple question. What is it in marketing? Now think about your answer in this. What is the number one thing in marketing that you want to come through when you market? So I'd like you all to just put some answers up, type them into Phil, because this is a very essential part of marketing. What is the number one thing that you want to come through in your marketing? Whether you're doing an ad or a banner, but mostly in advertising. I'm giving you a hint here. What's the most essential thing that you want to come through to your subscribers when you market? So what kind of answers am I getting, Phil? Okay, well, we get. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna recite some of your answers. Okay, first, somebody came up with the right answer. I'm going to give it to you in a minute. We got give people what they want. That's true. Okay. You want traffic. Absolutely true. You want to have a list. You can't live without a list, guys. There's. Robert Maggard got the absolute answer I was looking for, and it's honesty and helping people. But my main thing whenever I look for a good email, let's say, is I want to feel that somebody is telling me the dead on honest truth. Now, that's why I send out emails that tell you what my results are. I just showed them to you. I'm telling you the absolute dead truth of what I'm doing at these sites. Now, that's a great story to tell, because obviously I have some clicks on my site. I've made a lot of money at the site. But that doesn't need to be your story. Your story may be completely different. Your story may be that you just joined a site. You're really excited about joining this new site. Here's what turned you on about it. Here's what made you join it in the first place. You may not be able to tell people results right away. I can't tell people results right away. I don't always know the results. But whatever it is you are selling, people will see through it if you are not telling them the truth about your own experience at that site. What does that really, where does the truth come from? It actually comes from some hard work that you studied the site and really got to know the site you are promoting. That's why when I see canned ads come out of the in an email, generally speaking, I don't take them, unless I know the person, I don't take them very seriously, because it means they're telling me somebody else's experience, that maybe the owner of the site has put in some promo tools for you. And that's fine. You can use those promo tools for your bullet points. But whatever you are marketing, tell your own story. Be absolutely genuine and honest about it. For example, I'll give you another example about I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, when a new site came out called Ultimate Power Profits, which is looks like a really great site, by the way, guys. I don't know that yet. And in my promos, I was very careful to say, this looks very interesting. You can become a founder for $23. That seems to me to be worth it because what's your exposure? $23, right? I write ads like that when I don't absolutely know about a site. I then wrote to the owner of the site and I said, who are you? I want to know who you are. I'm telling my people that there looks like there's a very interesting site coming, but I don't know you from Adam, and I really feel a little uncomfortable about this. So the owner, whose name is Scott, I forget his last name right now, but it'll come to me, sent me when he eventually sent it out to everybody, but he sent it out to me to give me his background, both in marketing and advertising, online, offline, and it was very impressive. So once I saw that, I felt much more comfortable promoting the site, and I actually gave all of you, those of you who remember, I actually put that link that he sent to me in my promos so that you could check it out for yourself to see if you felt comfortable with that. Not everybody may have felt comfortable. Just because somebody has a great resume doesn't always mean their sites will succeed. But it gave me a level of comfort, and therefore I put it in my emails. So, point is that you really want to start your marketing, whether you are making a post on so cool and it's going to Twitter and Facebook and all of those sites, or whether you are emailing people. No matter what you are approaching, do it with honesty and genuineness and tell your own story. I guarantee you, if you do that, that your lists, whether they're small lists or big lists, will respond to your marketing in a much more positive way, because they will get the sense that they can trust what you are doing. And that level of trust is absolutely important. That doesn't mean that you will never make a mistake and advertise a real dog for some reason. I've done it. And usually when I do, either you will see me stop promoting that site and you'll sort of know, I go, oh my God, what did I do? Or sometimes I just come out and say, you know, this is not for me. And I never badmouth another site on the net, by the way. Do not do that. It's not professional. Nobody will want to deal with you. So, all of us who put sites out on the net, we do not have 100% success rate. Sometimes we put out real dogs. We don't mean to. We think we have a great idea, but they're not very good sites. And everybody who's been in this business long enough will produce a real clunker at one time or another. If that happens, do not put it out in public. It doesn't benefit you in any way to badmouth people. It really doesn't. Your name gets to be known around the net as either a whiner or a complainer or whatever. And if you want to be in this business long term, you want to protect your reputation. It may make you feel good for a minute to say, this is the worst site I ever joined, don't join it, yada, yada, yada. But in the long run, that does not work to your benefit as a professional person online. So that's just an aside to keep in mind. Okay, so we want to put honesty, our own story, genuineness in our marketing. Why? Because it develops a relationship with the people who are on your list so that they feel comfortable in dealing with you and that you will tell them the truth. And by the way, many of our list members email me at various times and ask me if they ask me two things. Should they join a particular site? And I know many of you well, and if I think that it's really not going to benefit you, not because it's not a good site, but simply because A, it may be above your head, or the site you are particularly promoting doesn't fit with you, I will tell you that. And many of you know that I have often said to you, I don't think this is the best site for you. I think maybe you would do better over here. So that's another way, even in your private communications with people, you should be as honest and as open as you possibly can. Now, there's another site that we've been promoting. Phil, I think we could put the link up now. Hang on, guys. I'm going to see if I can grab the follow along link. Oops, I don't think I have it out. Can you put it in the box? Give me 1 minute, guys, because we have a follow-along link, and I want you to see something so that I can make a point with it. But in case you think that it just I was just doing instant cash plug this week, a wonderful site came out called Easy Facebook Commissions, which is it's software, and for some of our list members, I mean, actual software that you download, and it's fabulous. I mean, it shows you how to set up, where to find, not that it shows you, it actually finds all the groups for you at Facebook that are directly related to what you're advertising. You put a few keywords in, and it finds all the groups for you. It's just a fabulous piece of software. But I was advertising it as a JV partner for Sean and Justin, who are the owners of the software. And if Phil would put this link up so I could, oh, he did. I didn't see it. Sorry, guys. I'll show you what I'm getting at. And there's a reason I'm not telling you about Instant Cash Plug or Easy Facebook. This is our follow-along link. Because I'm trying to brag about it. That's not the point, but we're going to get to the point after I show you this one thing. So I was advertising it for a couple of days, and there I am on the leaders board at number 6, and I'm in very good company. I'm ahead of Sean Casey, who I'm sure you all know is a really hot marketer, and I think he got 2011 Marketer of the Year or something, and you and Shia. So I'm in very good company here. So why am I telling you about these two sites? First, they're great sites. That's not the issue. The point is, many of you have been asking me, how do I do this? This is not magic. And I really do it in a very old-fashioned way. And here is the old-fashioned way. The first thing I do is email every list that there is on the net. Now, many of you come back to me and say, but Jane, you have huge lists. Yes, we have built lists over many, many years, and we do have our own huge lists. But believe me, I cannot just market to our own lists. That you need to go, no matter what size your list is, you have to keep broadening your reach. And to give you an idea of, give you a quick look, because let me see if I can find this for you. Okay, here's one list of the lists that I email every day, and I'm going to go through it quickly because it has my logins and all that. But this is a list of. Okay, Phil says close it. Okay, probably being a little too honest here. And I have another list of lists. Let me just say it's about 125 lists altogether. Now, of course, you can't mail to them every day. Some of them are 3-day mailers, 5-day mailers, 7-day mailers. But anyway, the point of this is that you need to have enough lists, and not just your own list, but outside lists, to mail to every day. So that's the first thing. This is the what I'm calling the old-fashioned way of doing business on the net. Now, you add to that the more newer fashion of doing things on the net. I lost my place here, guys. Oh, and this is just a link that you're welcome to visit. I compiled a book called All Your Lists in One Place, which has many of the lists that I use, not all of them because the book was done a while ago. But it's got great lists in there, and in there I tell you how many people are on the list, what it costs, whether what its responsiveness is, whether it's a contact list, a safe list. It's a good book to get your hands on. But the point of this is, the first thing is I email lists. Very important. Okay. I also do this every single day. I post it. So cool. Because reaching social media now is absolutely essential. You really need to get the words. That's why this easy Facebook thing is so good, because it gives you a lot of ways to get through the Facebook mess, to really find your way around. I post it So Cool every day. And this is not a webinar on So Cool, so I'm not going to go through how So Cool works. But I use what's called the two places I post on So Cool. One is at Sockwall, which is where you can post as long as you like, and you can add graphics and video. And one is on Cool Wall, because it reaches 1.4 million people. And I do that every single day. Now, I don't necessarily post the same thing at So Cool onto the social media sites as I do in my emails. I usually make much shorter posts. I use the Sockwall links that are generated, and I post, I would say, I don't know what the right words are here. Let's call it, I post more interesting little posts when I post it So Cool, because you don't want to pepper your social media sites with ads. Yes, you can advertise to them and you can tell them what you're promoting, but you want to be a little more subtle in the way that you make posting when you're posting to social media sites or blogs, because So Cool also posts to targeted blogs. So give your posts some thought before you just shoot out, one ad after another. For example, a lot of our upgraded members can post up to 10 or even 25 times a day. You know what? That sounds great. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Nobody should be posting in front of their followers or friends at Facebook or 25 times a day. That's nuts. People just look and say, oh my God, another one? So even if you're allowed to do it, have some discipline and make 1, 2, 3 posts at the most. Do not post more than 3 times a day. Try to do it at different times a day so that you catch different audiences at different times of the day. The other thing that I'm finding very interesting, and I certainly don't have any results for you on Pinterest, but I can tell you that on Sunday when I do my Sunday sermons, I always post them on Pinterest. And for those of you who may not know what Pinterest is, let's go over there. It's a really neat site where you can create boards and on anything you want. I have a board on a new vacation home that I just bought that I'm furnishing. Let me just show you my account so you can get an idea. You create an account here, and where's my boards? And you see my dog Cuddles has a board, and I can add pictures of he and his friends. This is all Pomeranians. But on Sunday, I post my logo from my Sunday sermons, and whatever's in my Sunday sermon, I give a little comment on it. Well, on this past Sunday, it was called Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, and it was kind of announcing this webinar today. But it also talked about instant cash plug-in. And I don't advertise mostly on Sundays. I mean, to lists. All I do is send my Sunday sermons. And I ended up with about $500 or $600 just from my Sunday sermon. So I know that was coming from Pinterest. Now, have I done an in-depth study of how much traffic or real marketing you can get from Pinterest? No, it's too new. I don't understand all the ins and outs of it. For instance, I have no idea how this blog thing got on my boards. So I'm still feeling my way around it. But you should get an account here, because I have a feeling that as it becomes more known and more of us get to know how to use it more effectively, that this is a very good place for you to market. And as you can see, I've set up all different kinds of boards. This is all related to email lists. There's a traffic one. I've got one on New York, just because that interests me. And you can pin pictures from anywhere on the net here, which is really cool. Where's my new house one? Sometimes people sneak. See, pinners welcome. If you ask me how this board got in among my boards, I didn't put it there. So I don't know enough about Pinterest. Maybe some of it. Oh, you can't use my link? Yeah, you do have to be invited to join, but that's why I put my link here. So I think if you go to this Pinterest.com so-called one that you can join. But it is an interesting site. What the final results are, I don't know yet. But it's very interesting, and I do think you should get involved as part of your marketing strategies. Now, the fourth part of the old-fashioned way of making sales, and many of you see this, I'm sure, in many emails. I always offer soak-ins because they have real value. By the way, if you went to buy soak-ins at SoCool, which you can do, you don't need to, because you can see how easy it is to earn them free. But you can buy them. And in the beginning, before we had, 100,000 people on SoCool, people did buy soak-ins. You can give them away as a bonus because people love to get soak-ins. And it really, when you think about it, it's a good deal. So suppose you bought into instant cash plug-in and you got your traffic, which is what the site was designed to do, but you weren't getting upgrades. Let's say you're a soak-inaire, meaning you have a lot of soak-ins, millions of soak-ins at SoCool. Why not offer some in your own emails to get people to upgrade under you in the site you want them to upgrade in? It really is a win-win because they're getting a good site, the one you're promoting, and they're also getting a benefit at SoCool. You get a sign up at SoCool because if somebody is not a member, you give them your SoCool affiliate link, and then you just you can exchange soak-ins right in the members area. So if you offered, say, even just 1,000 soak-ins for anyone who upgraded under you at XYZ site, you have to get from them their username, and then you can just send them right in the members area of SoCool that 1,000 soak-ins or 10,000 or whatever you want to offer. You can just give it to them as a bonus. And as you know, there are many other bonuses that you can use in your promotions that will help you convert your sales. So you may find a site that you absolutely love that's free, and you can get credits there, and you can offer credits if they upgrade, whatever your particular way of offering a bonus is. But I would always offer a bonus to people when you're asking them to upgrade for two reasons. One, of course, everybody, including myself, loves to get a bonus when they purchase something. It's a great thing to get. We all love to get something for free. There isn't probably anyone among us who says, no, I don't want that. But more importantly, it says that you've given this enough thought and exploration to make it a win-win situation so that there will be people who join sites under me who really after a while don't like the site because they aren't making money or the site didn't quite live up to their expectations. But if they've gotten 2 million, 1 million, 4 million tokens, they've still really gotten more than their money's worth. So you want to make sure that you protect your list members too, in case you've made a big mistake, or not even that you've made a mistake, but that the fit for that particular person who put out their hard-earned money and joined a site under you just wasn't right for them. But they still got something for it, even if at some point in the future they abandon that site and they say, the heck with it, I don't want to do this. So those really are the 4 ingredients that I use. And the trick is that you need to do it daily. You can't market online sort of coming in for a day here, a day there, you're too busy. And I mean, I've heard it all. And Corinne, I'm talking to you. I don't want to hear that you didn't email people at So Cool every 3 days, because that's your bread and butter. You need to have your marketing be consistent, regular. That doesn't mean if you you're bringing up kids or you're working full time. That doesn't mean, like me, you can work starting at 3 in the morning and going till 6 at night. Not everyone is in a position to do that. But you need to do something on your marketing every single day. You need to at least reach some of these email lists, which really doesn't take a long time. You know, we're talking maybe about 15, 20 minutes. And posting it So Cool, takes about 2 minutes. So find the time every day to pursue this. Do not let it go. Now, I'm going to turn this microphone over because that was just the first part of how do we do it and what can you do to put some oomph in your marketing. Now, my wonderful partner Phil is going to take over.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all enjoying the call so far. Jane did an excellent job on the first part. I have a little question for you before I get started with what I'm going to talk about tonight. What is the purpose of advertising? Can you type in the box, just give me some thoughts as to what you're thinking about. What is the purpose of advertising? I'll give you a few minutes just to pop it in the box and answer. Make money, that's a good one. Build relationships, another good one. Gain a contact list, excellent. Tell people what you're selling, build a list, make sales, meet new people. Okay, that gives us a good idea of the way you're thinking. Get visitors is another good one. I.e. people about business, yep. I'm going to suggest something here. And this is something that I learned many, many years ago when I was in the advertising agency business. I used to work as a creative director for Ogilvy and Mather. This is when I was young, or younger. And I learned back then that the purpose of advertising is to get on the shopping list. Now, I'll give you an example of how that works. Many, many years ago, there was a company down in Southern California called Knott's Berry Farm. And Knott's Berry Farm decided that they wanted to get on the shopping list so that they could attract a whole bunch of new people coming into Southern California. So they took out 3,000 billboards at a cost of about $2,500 a billboard. And they put them on all of the main freeways, or the main highways, coming into Southern California. And here's what the billboard said. 3 things to do in Southern California. 1, go to the beach. 2, go to Disney World. 3, go to Knott's Berry Farm. Now, here's another question for you. If you're spending or you're buying 3,000 billboards at a cost of $2,500 a billboard, why on earth would you put yourself third? And to answer that for you, just so that we don't dally, they understood one very, very important thing, that when people came to Southern California, visiting Knott's Berry Farm would not be the first priority. It would be to go to the beach or to go to Disney World. So all they wanted to do was get on that shopping list, right? So that people would think, oh, I saw something else we could do. Yeah, we could go to Knott's Berry Farm. Never been there. They might have some interesting stuff. But all they wanted to do was get their names noticed. Now, you noticed that when Jane was talking about the list that she was promoting, or the site she was promoting, Easy Facebook Commissions, she showed you a list of the top 10 leaderboard. She's on number 6. She's on the shopping list, right? So the key is to get on the shopping list, stay relevant in your customer's mind, and make customers aware of you and what you are doing. Anytime you can use marketing or advertising to get yourself known out there, that will result in a lot more sales down the track. But the key is to brand yourself. The key is to get people to know you. It's like, you don't need to hear the word Coca-Cola in an ad, for example. All you got to do is see the Coke bottle on the screen. They have branded themselves so powerfully that you just have to see the shape of that bottle, right? You just have to see the word, or somebody drinking this glass of black liquid that's fizzy, and you automatically know it's either Coke or Pepsi. But in most cases, it'll have a Coke glass with the word Coca-Cola on it. So all they're doing is getting on the shopping list, right? They know that they've got huge competition out there, and we all have. Now, there's another little trick. You might think of yourself, well, how can I apply that sort of thing to my own business? Okay, there is a little trick out on the web called, that a lot of people don't know about, and I'm going to share it with you right now. It's called retargeting. Another way to put it is behavioral remarketing. And basically what these sites do is they use a technique called smart pixels, which is a little code that you put on certain pages in your website. And, you ever been to a site where, you thought about buying something, like you've been on Amazon or something, and you were shopping and you looked at a different bunch of items and everything, and you bought a particular item, but you didn't buy some other ones that you looked at. And then suddenly you go to another site which is totally unrelated to Amazon and everything, and all of a sudden you see these choices pop up on the right-hand side of things that you have looked at before, right? And you think to yourself sometimes, how the heck do they do that? How do they know that I looked at this stuff? How does this site, because I've never visited this site before, how do they know what I looked at before, what I like? Are they reading my cookies? Are they reading my private email? No, they're not. These sites have got this little, what they call pixel code on the pages of their websites, right? And basically what it does is it's used to gather, this little pixel code gathers information, and it gathers information like products browsed, categories you looked at, product popularity, when you abandoned a shopping cart, like you went to place an order and then decided not to, complementary products, what you purchased in the past, behavior of what people like you have bought, time of day that you were thinking about buying it. They go into a whole range of different data that they collect with this little pixel thing. And then they use this information to show you what you purchased, liked, or viewed on other sites you visit. And the interesting thing is that basically the way it works is, excuse me, when you visit a site and you decide not to buy, these guys that are selling these particular products that you're looking at have figured out how to use this retargeting on these big networks to reposition your face again, right? So that they may not have got you on the first time you visited their website, but now they're looking at another site with your product or with that product that you were looking at on it.
I'm going to interrupt Phil for a minute to give you an example. I think most of you know that I'm an avid political nut, and so I read a lot of political items, but I'm also furnishing this house, this vacation house in Illinois, which is near my kids. And the other day I turned to Phil because I was reading an article, some political article on what was going on and currently in politics. And in the middle of the article, tables that I looked at last week popped up in, like, there was a little break in the paragraph, and I was looking at tables that I hadn't bought, but I had looked at, and I said to Phil, what are my tables doing in the middle of this political article? I'm sure many of you have had this experience. It's a little disconcerting, I have to say, but Phil knows how it's done, so I'm going to give him back to you.
Okay, if you want to see how these particular sites do it, and this is valuable if you, it doesn't work with affiliate marketing, but it does if you own your own products or you're selling real life products. Sorry?
A blog?
No. Well, it might work with a blog. I don't know. That I haven't actually looked at yet, so I can't answer that one. But the sites that I'm talking about are little sites called adroll.com. That's ADROLL.com. I'll just type it in the little box so that you can see it. And then there's one more that I'll give you right now. Oops. Okay, so there's adroll and retargeter.com. Now, just to give you an advance notice here, I'm getting the hurry up sign because Jane spoke all the time before and didn't give me any time to do this. Anyway, basically, we're coming out with I'm writing an ebook at the moment, which is, have you ever wanted to know what resources the gurus use, the really top marketers that make a lot of money? Because this new ebook that's coming out is going to have those resources in it. So you want to stay tuned for that. And AdRoll and Retargeter are just a couple of those resources, just to give you an idea, a quick taste. Anyway, now, there is another thing, and this was a question, or a couple of questions that were asked just a minute ago, which I'm going to look into. List building and relationship marketing. People don't understand how to sell online. They think that what you do is you join a list and you immediately bombard people with ads. No, 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 no. Build a relationship with people. Build the relationship first. Build the trust and the credibility first. Then you can offer stuff to people. And I think, like Jane was saying just a minute ago, don't go, when you're on social media sites, don't post 25 ads a day. I mean, you got to think of it like the salesperson from hell who knocks on your door, right, 25 times a day trying to sell you something. Would you like that to happen? No. You'd probably show him the door and show him, where he can go, or tell him where he can go. The same thing on the internet. You've got to start thinking, would I want somebody to do this to me? And the answer is, that most of us would answer, is no. Of course we wouldn't. So don't do it to other people. I know some of you are desperate and you want to make sales. This is not the way to do it. This really is not the way to do it. So what do you do if you have no list? You're brand new, you just come online, you have no list. Okay, here's a little tip for you. One, you got to figure out two things. One, go look around the web, do searches on Google. You can find a bunch of different sites that do this sort of stuff. It'll also be in the ebook that I'm putting up. Get a capture page. Either go, hire somebody to build one for you, and put a back end product with a free product with a back end thing that you're selling on it, and build your own list. And then go to sites like SoCall or the lists that Jane was showing you, and use those solely to get people on your own list. That's number one. If you don't have a list online, you're not going to make any real money. You'll make little bits by selling affiliate stuff, and using other people's lists, but you won't when you make a lot more money if you build relationships and establish your own lists first. Right? That's it's critical to your success. The other thing is, one thing I don't understand with people online is, they say they join a site like SoCool. I get all these emails. I don't want to have all these emails. Well, get a job, because you don't understand marketing. Every email that comes into my inbox, I look at the subject line, every single, and I get about, on average, 3,000 to 4,000 a day. I scan the subject lines to see if there's anything that interests me. I also look at the posts on SoCool and on the other social media sites that I belong to, but specifically SoCool, because I want to know what my followers are posting about. And the reason I want to know that is so that I can then go back to my followers already knowing what they like and start offering advice or products or services based around the things that they're already posting on. So, that's a way of targeting your audience, right? Finding out what here's two simple rules of selling. Find a need and fill it. Find out what people are interested in and sell it to them. Now, if you want to just get traffic to an affiliate site, you can buy traffic anywhere online. There are, again, this ebook that I'm coming out with is going to have a bunch of different traffic resources in it so that you can send traffic, but you can buy traffic. Traffic is not getting. Mike Filsame, we were at a JV mastermind just recently, and Mike Filsame said something very interesting to me. He said, getting traffic to your website is not difficult. Just buy it, test it, buy it, test it, buy it, test it. Find out what's working for you and then keep buying it. It's not hard. It's not brain surgery. But this new book that's coming out will have a lot of these resources in it. So this is something you want to stay tuned to. And this little tidbit that I've just given you today, these little tips, there's a lot more of those in that book too.
I don't know where Phil comes up with all these things. They are really fabulous. Some of these tools I don't even know about. I mean, you keep showing them to me, and I go, "Oh my God, this is fabulous!" So I'm really excited to see when he gets this out, which should be in a few more days. It's not going to be a long time, but I want to make one more point about the watch and read, because it's really true, and I'm going to say this in all honesty. When I get an email that says, "Take me off your list because I don't want to read emails from people," almost invariably those are free members of SoCool or one of our other lists. They really feel that they're being put upon by getting all these emails. I'll tell you guys, that is so silly. I mean, I can't tell you. I made a JV deal with a marketer, a new marketer. He's not well known. He started a list. I looked at the list. I liked the way it was set up, and I offered it to you guys because I read my emails. I read them all from Yakima. I read them all from SoCool. I read them all from anywhere that you guys send them. That doesn't mean I buy them. Doesn't mean I like all of them. But you must know what people are interested in, what they're selling, what they want, what they need, or you cannot be successful in your own business. So please treat your emails with a little more love and not hate, because I don't get that when you're a marketer. If you're in a different field, that's fine. People don't want to be bothered with emails. But if you are a marketer, whoa, you can steal subject lines or reinvent them when you see good ones. There are all sorts of things. Phil and I sometimes get great ideas for our own sites by looking at what other people are doing. It's absolutely critical to your own growth. Okay, so I think Right, Phil's right. Find out what people are interested in and sell it to them. There's no point in creating a site or a blog or anything that nobody wants to buy or look at or whatever. So you will get to know what the market is about, the current market, by watching and reading and looking at people's emails. That doesn't mean that Phil reads 4,000 emails. I don't even get that many. I get about 1,000 a day, but I do scan them. And if they're from Yakima or from So Cool, by the way, I absolutely, if the headline interests me, they get opened. And there are times when I just contact the person sending it saying, this sounds good. What kind of deal can we make? I'm interested in promoting this for you. So you want to do that as well. It's very important. Now, I promised you that we would have a bonus on this call. And this is actually the first time that we've ever done this at So Cool. So I'm going to put it up, because my feeling is that your list is so, so important to you that we decided that we would actually do something that we've never done before. And I'm going to show you it right now. Let me copy this link so you can see it. Because I can't tell you how important it is to have a list. And before we go into the details of this, when I showed you the SOCINs, for those of you who came early to the webinar and you saw what you can do with SOCINs, which is auto-build a list for you, what we decided this morning, Phil and I, was instead of just letting the SOCINs work for you at So Cool and auto-build a list, that if you upgrade to a silver membership or a gold membership today, and before you do either one, let me explain what we're doing. Because, and Keith Darby, I don't know if he's on the call today, but he happened to renew his silver membership. So this applies to people who renew their membership, not just who are becoming silver or gold for the first time. We are going to kickstart that list for you. But this is for you guys on the webinar right now. So here's the deal. We're going to talk about the silver membership in a minute, but you can also become a gold membership. And in either case, you will get a kickstart of your list. In other words, if you upgrade to silver, and what we did here was give you, I don't know if this opens in a new window, Phil. I'm going to hope it does. This is a silver membership, so you can click on that one-time offer, which is in fact $197 and saves you money from the silver membership in the members area. You can read everything you get, but what we talked about in terms of growing a list, emailing that list every 3 days, posting to Cool Wall with over 1.4 million viewers, that all comes with a silver membership. And tonight what we're going to do is kickstart your list. You get 7.5 million SOCINs, so that'll grow a big list for you, even if we did nothing at all. But we're going to add 500 targeted trackers, meaning if you signed up, let's say, to So Cool, and your first interest that you picked when you signed up was biz ops or health or sports, whatever it was, we're going to add 500 people, targeted people, to your list, and you can email them, you can post to them, and that will continue to grow. So that's the silver membership. It's $197 a year. If you can swing gold, we're going to get to that in a minute. But at the very least, very least, you should be a silver member of So Cool. As I said to you in the beginning, I post there every day, and I email Corinne. Listen to me if you're still here. I email my list every 3 days, and I don't miss a day. I could be sick with the flu. I don't miss a day at So Cool. So that's one thing. Now, you can also, if you can swing it, and there are advantages to becoming a gold member. In the first place, we're going to start you off with a really hefty list, 3,000 members. So if you went to buy 3,000 members, targeted members, remember, in your field of interest, you would pay $575 just for that alone. We're also going to give you 20 million tokens so that you can keep growing that 3,000 person list. And this is a 5-year membership. So you pay for it once. It's $697. So you save a lot of money even over the silver membership. And if you can swing that, I think you can break that payment down. You can pay the $697. It costs a little more if you pay in installments, but I'm not sure if they can. Oh, they can't break it down, Phil, right? It's just one. Oh, it's one payment. If you need us to break it down, I do have another link somewhere where it breaks it down to, I think, 3 payments of $250. So you can email us. Just email us through support. Or I'll give you my email. She'll type my email at socool1@gmail.com. Because first of all, this 3,000 person list is really worth its weight in gold because you're starting off right away with a nice big list, which will, on autopilot, as I was showing you about the tokens, grow for you. So try. Right, and if you have your own list, you can use that list to get them on your own, even on your own list. So there is a big benefit to starting off with 3,000 targeted followers. And we haven't done this at Yakimore. We've done a little bit similar deal, but you can't get targeted followers. At So Cool tonight, we're going to give you 500 if you do the silver deal. And you're going to get 3,000 if you go for the gold, like the Olympics, right? You can be the gold winner. So, and you also earn more commissions, by the way. So you can make a full-time living, by the way, at So Cool just by promoting it, because you can earn anywhere from $98 a sale as a gold member to $998 a sale, and you can earn monthly residuals on the $9.95 and the $49.95. So there are a lot of people who get paid every Friday. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars go out every Friday on So Cool from people who promote it. So it's not just the benefit of having a list and being able to post to Cool Wall and on Sock Wall. It's also the fact that when you do get upgrades at So Cool, which has a unbelievable upgrade rate of close to 10% after, this is the conversion rate, and those of you who know your marketing know that a 10% conversion rate after 3 years of almost 3 years on the market is astounding. People love this site. So it's if you don't have a site you want to market So Cool and get paid every Friday. So that's the bonus. It's really we really gave this a lot of thought, because giving you this number of trackers, 500 or 3,000, is really a way to kickstart your marketing. So I hope that you'll take advantage of that if you're not already a silver member of So Cool or higher, because this is the minimum silver that you should be at. And we're offering those of you who can swing it. I know it's a lot of money in these days, but it'll be well worth it. You don't pay again for 5 years. So once you pay, that's it. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, so I know it's 6 o'clock, and those of you who have to leave, that's fine. But I want anyone who has any questions on anything, now's your time to get them answered. If you have a microphone and want to ask them publicly, just let Phil know you have a mic and I'll unmute you. Or if you want to just type the question and Phil will read it out loud to me, and he'll tell me what the question is so you all know what we're talking about. But do not be shy. This is the time, if you have a question about anything on marketing, on Pomeranians. I'm an expert on Pomeranian puppies, on cats. No, whatever you want. But you're welcome to ask us anything you want about anything that we said at the webinar or anything we neglected to say. So don't be shy. If you have a mic, let Phil know. If you have a question, you don't have a mic. How many ways are there to make money with so-called? Let me count the ways. First of all, there are straight commissions. So let's just hop in here for a minute. Yeah, every Friday you get paid for whatever you made. It has to be your whoever signed up and upgraded has to be. Oh, they're so cool. Just let him finish. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's talking. It has to be a week old. So if you got an upgrade today, it won't be paid this Friday. It will be paid the following Friday. So a full week has to go by, but then you get paid every Friday on the ones that are at least a week old. So you can make a nice living. Now, I'm going to tell you that the commission, where you go to see what commissions you will get paid at the various levels, is go to the upgrade button, and you'll see our silver membership is $297. The gold is $697, but it doesn't get 3,000 followers with it. So you can see the commission level. Gold gets paid 40, founders 50, I'm sorry, silver gets paid 40, and gold gets paid 40. List that. I mean, if you click here, it'll tell you get paid 45%, 50 as a founding member of SoCal. So obviously you can make recurring income on these two kinds of payments, bronze and bronze plus, and you make big chunks on silver and on founding and on gold upgrades. But that's if you promote the site. Then you have to take the site and promote it. What are the other ways to make money at SoCal? I'm going to try to run through them as quickly so that others can ask a question. But you can, for example, certainly you can make money with, if you're good at it, with every post you make. This post on Cool Wall is going to 1,463,257 people. How is that happening? Because So Cool is on a vast number of sites around the net that carry Cool Wall. And so those sites might have 2,000 members, 100,000 members, 25,000 members. But all told, they have over 1.4 million people. So with your posts, if you make them as an expert, not as an ad thrower, you can make a lot of money with your posts, and certainly through the function, if you're upgraded, through the function of emailing these trackers that we're going to give you in big numbers tonight. Every 3 days, I mailed today, so I can't mail again for another 3 days, two and a half or whatever. But every 3 days you can email those trackers. That's certainly a way to make money. Here's another one. Look at my posted page. And you can add these to your posted page. If you look over here, and you'll find this in the members area of SoCal, there are a lot of sites. Many of them are ours, but some of them are partner sites of ours that aren't directly related to us, like IBS. You can go into partner IDs, and you can carry the logo and the affiliate link of sites that interest you. So you advertise this link, this posted page, to get So Cool signups, right? Because they can sign up right here through your posted page. But at the same time, they're going to be seeing, this is kind of a more sophisticated version of a downline builder. So if you go into our partners, which are located, add your affiliate IDs, right? You will see a number of sites that this one we have to get rid of because there's a problem with Twitter with it. GVO is in here. GibLink, Cool Mail, Swam. Some of you may be Swam members. You don't have to take all of these and put them on your site, but take the ones that you are interested in and then go along with what your own posted page looks like, and take some of those, and you can make sales just through that. Same thing, watch this. I'm just going through this in a hurry, but you'll get the idea of what I'm talking about. If you post on Sockwall, which you can only do as an upgraded member, silver or higher, I made a post about this instant cash thing today, right? It generates, watch this, after I posted, it generates a completely, let me see if you can see this, a unique link for you. What do I do with my unique links? Not only do I post them at places like Gmail, Google Plus, because I don't have to post a whole ad. I could say, hey guys, this is an interesting new site, and I just give them this link, which shows them the whole ad, essentially, that I just did. And it also shows them, if you want to show them, your more recent posts. So let's say I shoot this out on Google Plus and I post it up there, or on Pinterest, or anywhere, Facebook, Twitter, and they're not interested in this kind of a traffic robot, but suppose they're interested in something else that I recently posted. So you can make money because your recent posts are on this unique link. What else do I do with this? I put this unique link into something called CoolPing, which you'll see in So Cool, or if you don't know about it, Phil, just type the link CoolPing, and I get my ads. I'm going to call it, because this is a straight ad. I get this unique link, which could be an article, but in this case it's an ad. I get it pinged. Put CoolPing up just so people know what I'm talking about. CoolPing is the most inexpensive site you've ever seen. You pay $7.25 every 3 months, every quarter, and you can put in 25 of your URLs, and we ping them for you automatically every 3 days. And boy, I put my important sites in there. Pinging your website is a way to get your rankings up on Google. So I don't want to go into CoolPing, but take a look at it. It's the cheapest kind of advertising, and it's important advertising, and I use it for almost every link that I really want to get noticed with. So I can't go through all of the things on So Cool, but this gives you an idea of how versatile this site is. And there are a lot of training stuff in the training section. This is all about SOCINs. This live demo is more of an overview of the whole site. How do you post in the short message box? How do you post in Sockwall? How do you post on CoolWall? How do you email? That kind of thing. So you want to put your hands on both this live demo and this live demo. Download the guide. It's the So Cool guide. It's free. There's a chapter on each part of So Cool, some of it written by our founding members, because in some cases they know more about So Cool than I do. But by the way, did you all know that we have a theme song? We are the only social media site on the net with a theme song. Play it. It's fabulous. It was written by the same guy who wrote the theme for Entertainment Tonight, and he's putting his kids through college on that theme. So hopefully he'll be able to do the same thing with the So Cool theme. Okay, and next question. Any other questions? Oh, Phil says he thinks we answered them all. Anyway, you can always contact us through the support desk. We answer them within 24 hours. Use a Gmail address. Please, guys, if you work on the net, use a Gmail address. People contact me with AOL addresses and Hotmail addresses, and even though I use a Gmail address, many, many times my answers to you do not get through to you. And believe me, we are very precise on making sure that either Phil, me, or one of our support teams answers your emails within 24 hours, usually much faster than that. So you can always contact us if you have more questions. I'm kind of running out of voice, so I think that we're going to end this. And if you have further questions, this won't be the last webinar that we do on marketing. I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight, and we will see you anon, as they say. Take care. Are you still answering, Phil? Because